Once upon a time, in a small, dusty village, lived a poor farmer named Chris. Chris owned a donkey named Golu. Now, Golu was not an ordinary donkey. He was wise, observant, and very intelligent. But sadly, nobody knew that. Chris treated Golu very badly. "Ugh, this useless donkey," Chris would shout every morning. "Always slow, always sleepy." Golu worked from morning till night, carrying heavy sacks, pulling carts, climbing rocky roads, yet he got only dry grass and old water to eat. Sometimes Chris even forgot to feed him. Still, Golu never complained. He would just blink his big eyes and think, "Humans see only strength, not wisdom." Whenever Chris shouted, Golu would think in his mind, "If shouting burned calories, my master would be very fit." And when villagers laughed at him, saying, "Look at this lazy donkey," Golu would smile and think, "Laugh now, friends. Wisdom walks slowly." Golu noticed everything: the broken bridge near the forest, the loose stones on the mountain path, and the dangerous cliff near the river. But nobody listened to a donkey. One evening, dark clouds covered the sky. Thunder roared. Rain poured like buckets from the sky. Chris had to go to the next village to sell grain. He loaded heavy sacks on Golu and said, "Hurry up, we are already late." The path they took passed through the forest road near a deep ravine. Golu's ears twitched. His sharp eyes noticed something terrible. Because of the rain, the ground ahead had become weak and slippery. One wrong step, and then he and his master would fall into the deep ravine below. Golu stopped suddenly. "Hey, what are you doing?" Chris shouted. "Move, you stupid animal!" Chris pulled the rope. He hit Golu lightly with a stick, but Golu refused to move. Suddenly, crack! The ground just 2 steps ahead collapsed. Chris froze. If Golu had taken even 1 step forward, both of them would have fallen to their deaths. Chris's legs started shaking. The rain, the wind, the broken path, everything looked terrifying. Golu gently moved backward, step by step, until they were safe. Chris dropped to the ground. "Oh my God," he whispered. "This donkey saved my life." For the first time, Chris looked at Golu properly. Those calm eyes, that steady breathing, that silent strength. "All this time," Chris said with tears, "I thought you were foolish, but you are wiser than me." That night, Chris covered Golu with a warm cloth. He fed him fresh grass and clean water. Golu chewed happily and thought, wisdom finally noticed. From the next day, everything changed. Chris never shouted at Golu again. He reduced his workload, he cleaned his shelter every day, he even talked to Golu while working. "You know, Golu," Chris laughed, "you are smarter than half the villagers." Villagers were shocked. "Since when do you love your donkey so much?" they asked. Chris smiled and replied, "He is not just a donkey. He is my lifesaver." Soon, everyone noticed something. Golu worked better, healthier, happier. Children came to pat him. Other farmers said, "Chris's donkey is special." Golu would walk proudly, ears up, tail swinging. And in his mind, he would say, "Respect is not begged. It is earned." Kids, this story teaches us something very important. Never judge anyone by how they look. Wisdom can be silent. Kindness can change hearts. Even the weakest can become the strongest protector. Sometimes those who are treated badly are the ones who save us the most. What did you learn from the story? Please comment. To show your love and support, do like and subscribe, and remember, a wise heart is always stronger than loud words.